Hello everyone and welcome back once again to the Chariot series. Myself, Critical Rocket, and here we are with the second of the Thor videos. It's the Thor E! That's right, ladies and gentlemen, it's the Thor Echo. And what's in the Thor Echo and the Bunnymen? This one has got two ATM systems. It's got a 6 and a 12, both on the same arm, and an ERPPC. It's, again, pretty straightforward loadout, as most of the Thor builds are. And it's mostly a kind of all-rounder fire support model. You need it to do short-range damage, it's got you covered. Medium-range engagements, it's there for you. Long-range, it's raining hell on them. And after that, you know, the ERPPC is a nice backup. This one, compared to the Alpha, does have heat issues. An ERPPC for the clans in MWO is very hot, and ATM systems don't bleed heat very well either. So it does make it a bit difficult. If you heard that beeping, I don't know what that was all about. Anyway, the Summoner Echo is actually one I quite enjoyed. Again, the simplicity of the loadout means that you can focus on your fire on target, so you know what you're doing. And you don't have to worry too much about it. Two weapon groups, you may as well fire both ATMs at the same time. The damage potential is pretty damn high. If you get in that sweet spot, the ATM's doing 3 damage each and you're firing, what, like 18 missiles? It's quite a lot of damage. So it still retains its jump jets, of course, as most Omni-Mechs do. And the heat sinks, I think I got about 5... Yeah, I've got 5 ton of ATM ammo in this thing. All in the same sights also. And the ERPPC, I think, has a heat sink, I think, whacked in. 2 heat sinks whacked into the arm, I think. At least 1. Just to try and handle the extra heat that's being generated by such a powerful and very heavy weapons loadout. And I would recommend having go with it. It's pretty good. It's a fun little build. ATMs are very popular at the moment. They're finding their way into many clan medium builds that have got a lot of mobility. Things like the Huntsman and the Vapor Eagle are 2 pretty good examples of how ATMs can be used to maximum effect on the battlefields of MechWarrior Online. And yeah, I definitely think the Summoner could do that. You do have more missile heavy builds, such as, I think it's the Summoner B has a lot of missile hardpoints by default, so with the right Omnipods you could get a fair number of ATM systems on the Summoner B, and we could bring back the Summoner. We don't see it often enough in the old Battlefields of MechWarrior Online. I'm sure there's many reasons why people don't like it. There's probably the hitbox arrangement is bad, or it doesn't look cool enough, or it doesn't have enough gun. It's not the engineer's favourite in TF2. It don't have enough gun, and if you don't have gun, you need more gun. Is how a lot of people tend to look at it. I personally prefer to look at it as being more of a specialist mech, and for that reason, it's always held a special place for me in the old BattleTech canon. If I could just get rid of all the writing about the clans but keep their mechs, I'd be happy. Unfortunately, we've got to stick with all the stupid furry animal worship bullshit and whatever the blood spirits are doing, other than pissing off all the other clans. But yeah, it's good, and that's really it. That's all I can really talk about with this one. I'm stuck to talk about anything else. This was a long match, though. It was, again, like the first match, bit to and fro, back and forth. I thought this one was going to be a bit of a loser, especially when I lost all my leg armor in this very early exchange between the two teams. Grimplexus is one of those maps that it can very quickly go one way or the other. And yeah, this felt like it was definitely going to go the other at this point in time. There's the low slung arm syndrome. So there's me trying to fire the PPC, zoomed in. The LSAS on this thing is horrendous. I'm not a fan of it personally. I mean, the ATMs are great. I don't mind them. Although I have to admit, I'm still getting used to using the ATM systems. But it's definitely one of my favourite ones. I do like running this. I'm going to have to rebuild this afterwards, because I built the H variant as well, because every clan mech's got to have a H variant, right? And heavy lasers. I'll be talking about that in the final video at the time of recording this chronologically. God knows how these 3 videos are going to appear on your timeline. Even if I tell them sometimes to go up at different times, they seem to appear in a jumbled order. So I don't know, just Google things. So other than that, though, been looking at what the potential future of MechWarrior Online is going to be. Obviously, we're getting closer to the release of MechWarrior 5, which obviously the pre-orders did open up on the Epic Store. There was a funny video of Fortnite players reacting to it. Some of them seem convinced for some reason that because there's a mech in Fortnite, that this game is somehow a Epic developed game, and it's like the mechs in Fortnite were advertising for MechWarrior 5. It's very strange. People have some odd perceptions. That said, I'm going to be making a video called that's going to be going up called the Epic Stance Dance, as I like to call it. That one should be up by Tuesday, I think it is. At the time of recording this, all about the my views on the Epic Store and going back and having a look at the initial rage and anger that I had, and changing things. And yeah, I do partially regret that. I do think that I was out of order with that one, though I do feel at the same time that it was a cathartic thing, and I think it represented a lot of people's views on the announcement. But you look at it, more information to come out. Epic have definitely not held up well in this, and that's kind of what I'm going to cover in that video. So I won't sort of go through that now. I'll just be hearing it twice otherwise. So yeah, I mean, MechWarrior 5, I think will still have the clans. I say if they're not in there at the base release as some kind of like special enemy that you can encounter post-release, post-campaign finish, they're definitely going to be a DLC. I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing hints like after like February or something about the invaders from beyond kind of thing. Campaign map expansion. The clans 3050 with all the inner sphere systems being taken, and you can take contracts and you can fight the clans. It's high risk but high reward. If you can defeat the clans, get some clan tech, being able to upgrade your mechs, capture clan mechs, that kind of shit. So wouldn't surprise me if that's what they end up doing with MechWarrior 5 as their first expansion. Some people seem to wonder whether some of the things they add in MechWarrior 5 might retroactively go to MWO. I don't think they will. I don't think they'll make new mechs, for instance, for MechWarrior 5 and then put them into MWO, because ultimately they would want to sell you the mech in MWO, and they don't seem to be very forthcoming at the moment with any kind of plans with regards to new content for MechWarrior Online. At the moment, I can understand why, because they want their heads down, they're finishing the next game, they want to get that sorted, and they said that MechWarrior Online isn't generating any money for them, so it's a money sink, I guess, to produce new content for MWO. They could make maps, though. There are things they could be doing. They could be adding more maps, even variations of maps. They could be maybe even a couple of weapon systems or ammo variations, something like that. Just things to maybe keep people coming back, keep them playing in the meantime. Maybe a few people paying at the same time. I mean, I'm sure any money they're making off this is helping to offset some costs, right? The cost of server maintenance, paying staff to make sure that everything's still running, that the matchmaking services aren't crashing and dying a death, that kind of stuff. So there must be a reason, right, that they want to keep running it, keep people paying. So we'll have to see how it all develops in the future with the old MechWarrior Online scenario. A lot of people are hopeful for a sequel. I don't think we'll see MechWarrior Online 2, at least not for a very long time. I think it's all going to be MechWarrior 5 after the release. It's going to be content, DLC packs mixed in with a few free updates, that kind of thing. Maybe like late 2020 we might see some MWO stuff, maybe a mech. My other bet is that there might be like a Christmas mech pack, like the Stone Rhino, maybe something that they know will guarantee some cash, because there's going to be a lot of people who want to play the Stone Rhino, and if they could do a redesign of it, make it look really good, it already look cool. So I mean, you don't have to do a lot of work. That'd be cool. But anyway, Summoner E, it's good. I like it a lot. So thanks for watching, everyone. Have a good one. See you next time. Bye.